relatively easy one. What was it about Oregon that you want to come here?
Really the coaching staff, Coach Lanning, and like the environment. Everybody that's here has been nice so far, so it really stood out when I was choosing a school.
What was that process like for you, the portal? It's a hot topic now in college athletics. Just what was your experience? What was that process like?
Yeah, so like I didn't want it to be just like high school. I didn't want to get too overwhelmed and take a long time to make a decision. Really trying to choose a school and get prepared for the season. So I kind of had a couple schools that I really wanted to pick from, and then Oregon really stood out. So that was how I made my decision.
Dan was a big recruiter out of high school for you.
Yeah.
How much did that just play a factor? And you already had a prior relationship, you kind of knew what Dan was about.
Yeah, it played a pretty big role. Probably coming out of high school, he's probably one of my favorite coaches that recruited me. So, when choosing a school, that was like something I took in, who could I like have a relationship with, and I already had one with him. So that was another, key to coming here.
You've seen a lot of coaches in your life, had a lot of relationships. Is that kind of a unique one with him? Do you think he has a bit of a unique ability to have those sustained relationships over several periods of time that can kind of help Oregon in the portal?
Yeah, the type of person he is and the way he talks to your family, builds that relationship. Yeah, it did help a lot. I know it helps a lot when he's recruiting all the time. And yeah, like I said, that was a key aspect.
You said that Oregon stood out, other than your relationship with Dan, what else also made them stand above the rest?
Well, for me, this was my first offer when I was in high school, like freshman year. Growing up, you always want to wear that jersey. So that was another piece I wanted to be a part of. I know that they've always been good, so that was something I wanted to join, be a part of.
Do you have any memories of playing as Bo in the SEC?
Yeah, my freshman year, I did a stunt, came in, and I almost sacked him, and he threw a deep ball, completed it. I was like, that's crazy, but that was probably the best memory playing against him.
So you got the Birkenstocks on. How's it kind of transitioning into the Pacific Northwest?
Oh yeah, when I first got here, I didn't expect it to be this cold and rainy. I've never seen so much snow, but now I'll wear shorts when it's cold outside. But yeah, it's not bad now. I'm starting to like it more because it's not as rainy, so I'm coming along.
So
Enjoy it while it lasts.
very early in this media day, Dorless claimed that he is the best trash talker on the team. Terrence Ferguson pushed back on that, saying it's actually Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Casey had some interesting thoughts on Bo being maybe number one. What are your impressions of the debate here?
Well, I haven't really played with them much, but the stories they tell me that Bo gets really fired up during games. You can see it on film. Yeah, but I don't really know much about it yet.
When you decided to come here, was there something in particular you thought you could bring to this team or the defensive line?
Yeah, I noticed that some guys were leaving. I really wanted to be a part of this defense. I like the coaching staff and the game plan that they have set up. So that's really what I was thinking about coming here, and I thought I could, help the team in any way possible.
What do you kind of like about the guys around you? What have you? I mean, obviously you haven't played in the game with them yet, but just from what you see in practice and hanging out outside of it too.
They're a hard-working group always, and then any questions you have, you can ask them because I'm new. So if I had any questions about plays or anything, they're always there to help me out. And then outside of football, getting extra work, that's something that I like a lot. So when you have that full group, doing the same thing, you can tell they're really serious about what they do.
I asked Evan what he wanted to see the defense improve on year over year. He said he wants the defense to be a feared unit. One, do you agree with that assessment? And two, what do you have to do on the field as a defensive line to make that possible?
Yeah, I agree. When you can line up, offensive linemen look at you, respect the group that's lining up. That's a really big deal. And for us this year, I feel like we got the pieces to do that. It really doesn't take much. You just do what you're told, be athletic, play your game, and I feel like we can do that this year.
For Oregon fans who don't know you, what do you want them to know you as? I mean, who are you? Who should they think of you as?
I would say a hard worker. He's going to give everything he has, to help the team win. I'm unselfish, and I'm going to do everything I can to help the team win.
From your perspective, Dan called this offseason the theme, going from good to great. Just how have you seen this team kind of embrace that offseason theme for you guys?
Looking at workouts, like strength and conditioning was, towards the beginning, some people might be out of shape, but I feel like now, like towards the end, you see people push, give more effort, and just the outside of practice, like the work that people's been doing, and like helping the younger kids, like with the plays and figuring it out. That's really like a big deal. I feel like that's really the main part from going good to great, and we've been seeing it so far.
Are you someone who sets individual goals for yourself going into a year? And if so, do you mind sharing any of them with us?
Yeah, I do set goals. I can't tell you all of them, but some of them I would like to win a championship. That was one of the main reasons I came here, because I feel like Oregon has that group to do that. And that's like a big goal for me. So coming out here, it wasn't just coming just to play, but be a part of a team that could do that.
Amongst all the transfers that the team got this year, it seems like amongst fans, your name sticks out the most. Do you feel that outside pressure, that expectations, and how does that affect your game and you back in camp?
Yeah, I kind of feel it. I really don't, listen to like a lot of outside noise, but I know the fan base here is pretty big and engaged in football. And for me, I just, take it day by day. I don't really try to listen too much, not to get too high or too low. So yeah, that's really it.
How big is the urge to get inside Odson for the first time?
I'm excited. We practice in there a couple times, but it's nothing like, they tell me on Saturday. Like I watch videos on YouTube, try to get that feeling, but I heard it's nothing like it. So I'm really excited. I can't wait.
When you watch YouTube, what are the impressions? What are you looking at? Are you watching shout?
Yeah, the shout. Just paying attention to the crowd and like how the team, kind of gets that momentum from the crowd's energy. That's a big part, and that's really what I watch.
Simple question. What motivates you?
My family, being able to growing up where I'm from, not a lot of people, make it out, but they were like on me at a young age. So just being able to see how far I came with their help, that really motivates me. Like everything I do, I kind of try to do it for them.
Who was the family members that motivated you? Is it everybody, or was it one person in particular that really stuck on you?
Yeah, it's really everybody. My grandparents, my mom, they just stayed on me, kind of kept me on the right path to be able to be where I'm at today.
How do you feel like that transition of you, going into this defensive line, how do you feel like that transition has been handled, and how you feel like you complement the players that were already here?
Yeah, it's been like at first it was a little shaky trying to figure everything out, and you learn a new defense. But after a while, with the crew around you, they make it more easy or make it easier because they're always helping me. Any questions I have, they'll answer for me.
Mateo plays a similar role as you. Can you just take us into just what he brings and how he's come along? You guys both were really highly regarded recruits coming out of high school.
Yeah, he's really good. Watching him, some of the moves that he does, a lot of people can't do. He's athletic and a good player. He'll be a really good player for this defense.
Thanks, man. Thanks.